Alright, just 1 second. I gotta turn just a little bit. Alright, so I need to adjust my screen here. It looks like my actual. Oh, it just went off. So we're waiting on the emulator to boot up real quick. It's finishing its process. Started it a little later than I should have. Na, 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 na. I can't. Alright, so while that's finishing up, here's what the plan is for today. Today we are to continue working on the chat screen. I think I'm going to segue and go ahead and get the Redux working. So we'll work on the chat actions and the slices. I think I did the slices, the chat slice the other day. Where did I put it in? Store. Yeah. So I already started the chat slice. That's going to be updated here shortly, but I want to get the actions taken care of. So like I said before, I'm just pretty much taking a old chat application that I worked on, and I'm going to take it from JavaScript and import and kind of transfer it into this app using TypeScript. So there's going to be a lot of changes I got to make process for the two. The actual chat app that I started with originally used Firebase totally. So it used Firebase for the authentication. It used Firebase for the actual messaging database portion of it. And so now the updating, I'm going to have to change it to where Firebase is just using it for the login, and MongoDB is going to be holding all the chat information. So that said, so let's go ahead and start coding in some of this chat action. So let's start with the basic functions I'm going to need. So we're going to do an import to import a lot of stuff from Firebase database, because that's the old stuff. Figure out what I need to import real fast. Let's just import them as we go. So let's just start coding and we'll import as we go. I'll probably just go ahead and start coding this as Firebase, and then I'll update it afterwards. So let's see. The imports here. Well, alright, so being that it is going to be TypeScript, I now need to add interface type for the user data. Check to see what user data I'm actually passing. So I'm going to need a user ID and string, and then I'm going to need a first name, which is a string, name. But it does pop in My music's loud. Just let me know. I'll adjust it. Still working on getting the stream thing down. I'm not used to it. So next we're going to add a little thing here. So types that, oops, types that are did TypeScript. All right. So this here will be the user data. Export in base. Too many spaces in that one, didn't I? And next is going to be the chat data. That's what's going to the chat information. So in the chat data, we're going to need a key. Users, but this is going to be a list of users. String to go chat name, and we're going to have to add this because it's only the chat name will only be there if it's a group chat. Chat image only if there's an image, and the latest there's a message. Obviously there's not going to be any of those if it's a brand new message because they haven't started it yet. Alright, so that'll take care of saving the chat information, the chat list. Second, my watch kind of. Alright, and so from here on, this is going to be base for the message data. Message data. Let it fill, but double check to make sure that's right. Sender ID would be right. Just start from the beginning. Make sure I don't miss anything. I just try to go based off of that. I got a feeling I'm going to forget something. So let's go. Let's just go do sent by. Sent at. So this will be the timestamp. The text that the chat will hold. This will be so if you're going to reply, it will kind of quotate or italicize it and resend it back to the user when replying to. And we're going to need the image URL if an image is sent through. Oops, I learned how to spell. So this type will be, and it kind of autofills, but that's not what the value is going to be. But yeah, we're going to check to make sure that this message is actual text message, image message, or what. That is also a there. All right, so that takes care of all the interfaces. Now we're going to actually do the part that creates the chat. So this is the chat creation section. To start from here to chat. So this is going to, I think I overdid it on that one. Better remember not to tab so much. GitHub AI Copilot keeps wanting to autofill things a little too fast. Okay, to start out though, we're going to start out with this needs to be sync. Oops. And inside the async to do a that keeps track of the logged in user. Be their ID. String. Data. Omit. So the omit will should we see what that omit actually does. Let's see. Documents. All right. Purpose of the omit constructs a new type taking the existing type properties of the key. So it looks like it's going to take the chat data, move the key, which probably, if I'm correct, this is the part where it's going to check to see if the user is the one that's it's not including the user in the chat stuff. So if it populates a list, it's not going to show the full user. Key. String chat. Chat. Let's see what it says. No value. Because it's empty. Let's go. The const new. Data. Chat data. Set chat data. Spread up data. Sure. Dated. So that way if So the created will start with the actual date that the chat was started, and then the created um, update is anytime a new message is sent. Update that string. This allows us to filter the chat to the top for the newer messages inside the list. Should be now we're going to do a Firebase. This is where I need to start changing some things. Our store. Let's see. One second, I'm reading through some things. Let's see. So it looks like it's here. Getting the database from. chat. Looks like this is part of change. Some of the stuff is going to change now that I'm not doing. So I'm just going to go ahead and back this out and start. So start with async, get the user chat data, omit 2% users, chat name, send chat name. Alright. Also need to add the token so that is signed in. And that token will come from Firebase since we're using Firebase still for the actual login. So I could have left the promise. This time now we're should be all Mongo code now. 8. Get Firebase. All right. To fetch Mongo database. I separate all this stuff later too, because I got it all saved in the understore. This is instead of that. Done the freaking backend yet. That. So now we're going to set the method to be a post. It's going to create it. A header. Tint type. Some. Zation. Why don't I? I have a comma. So use Firebase. Zation. This is the. So we'll do. So let's actually make a note here. This is application. So step here. Now we're going to do JSON stringified. to make sure it includes the logged in user, chat data. Doing a if share if response okay is not okay, sorry. Tell us that we're going to throw an error, and then we're going to chat ID. Oh wait. And then we're going to return chat ID. Okay, so that should create the chat. Front end wise, since it's not set up in the back end, it's not really going to do much for me right now. Let's see. So, two. Let's go back up to the chat slice now. That should be okay. Let's go to chat screen is chat list. Got all this, and I just started typing away and realized that's why giving me an error. Use. I think you can deconstruct. Oh, a second here, guys. Okay, sorry about that. A wifey called, tell me about an accident she witnessed, and she doesn't like to wait till she gets home. So, all right. So now we are back to we're gonna start working on the front, the actual UI elements of it. Um, so that way, once I we'll do the UI elements so that the UI elements show up, and then switch to the back end, get the back end taken care of. So this here is all starting in JavaScript, so I need to fix this. So um, some other changes as well. Not everything's gonna match up because this here shows that I am using. I don't think I finished it. Yeah, somewhere I had in here I was actually doing a uh, custom header button, but I have a page title that I'm using currently. This whole little page title here, so that it's gonna adjust, update each time. So what we're gonna do now is to start out in the types. Yeah, types for TypeScript. This first part will be for the navigation. So type to stack list. Hold a chat. I think it's just chat list. Screen brief. Chat list. Chat list. Chat list will be selected user list and chat. Seems about right. Okay. Those are the parameters that are passed. Chat screen, which I have not created. Start doing it with capital letters. Chat screen will have a chat ID. This will change according to whether it is a group chat or not. So depending on if it's group chat, depends on whether it uses ID or chat data. Array. A group chat. It's a chat. Group chat. Chat. This is going to be required. Chat screen. Chat list. Chat screen. New chat screen, which is actually going to be more of a modal. props will be the root stack. Got ahead of myself. Stack. Screen. And we're going to do the root stack params. Chat list. Since I'm capitalizing props, I'm going to capitalize this props. I'll figure it out in a second. Will be the types. String, first name, last name. Your data. Interface. This one will be for the chat data. Is group chat. Chat name. Chat image. This message. Dated. And now we're at the state. State. Keep going to set it for everybody. And then eventually it's going to isolated. So let's just start with this will be the actual user data. users. Chat list. This as a to do. I'm gonna set this as pretty much get any. Uh, set or plates. Or to chat. Here's all gonna change to. Actually, what am I doing? Derp, derp, derp. User data. Turn. Chest data. Through though. And to the filter, do a sort. And should be the sort that gets the time frame. So we'll sort it by the newest date. And so that's that. So now we'll go to use effect. Don't need props anymore. Application set option. This is where things get a little funny. Add chat. I think I made that chat screen. Chat screen. Make sure nothing else. And before I try to reload this, I just set her. I don't have that screen, so let's just do a home screen for right now. Oh, it's not in the types, so it's not going. It's gonna match my navigation types. It's here. It's gotta be what's in it. It's going to stop. It's not desirable to type. Add this into it. Solve it. Oh, I'm missing a closing bracket. There it goes. And then go by navigation. Okay. So far, type. this. Save this. I'm sure that's gonna give me hatred. Okay. That's what I figured. What to say? Yeah, that's causing a problem. No. Okay. I did that. Save. Thanks error. Expected token. Chat data. It's back to the use selector. So the only thing that's not going to work now is the navigation to the new chat screen, since that's not created. Property undefined. Okay. Well, look into that. Okay. Undefined. I'm gonna guess that. Fine. Passing, supposed to pass in. There's not. I'm gonna say issues here because without the back end, just a lot of that stuff to get. It's gonna take a little more than I not to try to transfer these. Let's do this. Oh, that's not gonna work because figure out what is undefined. You know what? Okay. So yeah, it's gonna be undefined because there's no chat data at all. So it's gonna error out each time. So what I need to do is I need to create a error handling to where it will give me a button that's to create a new chat. Um, so those things all need to be worked on. Um, but as for now, I think that should be good for me for today. Um, I'll hop in. I'll probably be doing more coding later, but probably not live. Um, I'll do it on my own time and then pick up tomorrow-ish, maybe, on something. So, um, so stay tuned. Maybe eventually you guys will see this thing completed someday. Um, but I like the progress that we've got so far. A lot of the screens are working. A lot of screens are still progress. So until I'm back on, we will catch up with you guys later. Keep monkeying around.